everybody, it's Lucas coming at you again from the Elevate Real Estate Studios here in Cookeville, Tennessee. And guys, I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day out there. I'm having a great day, and that's because I woke up today and God gave me divine favor. And that's what I actually want to talk about today. So, every quarter here at Elevate Real Estate, we read a book amongst the team. And this quarter's book is Grace Over Grind by Sheay Bines. Now, Sheay is an amazing author, and she is a passionate storyteller. And she wrote this amazing book, and I got to present chapter 6. And chapter 6 is Divine Favor. Now, as I was reading through this chapter, my big takeaways, or some of the big takeaways that I took away from the chapter are, don't try to force stuff. You just got to let God work it out in His time. Some other stuff that I took away from this is, don't squander what God has given you. For instance, if God has given you the opportunity for a job interview, you probably better show up to that job interview a little bit ahead of time to ensure that you make it on time. Another takeaway that I took from this chapter is, the more you walk in God's favor, the more blessings you will receive from God. Now, a little bit more about this chapter. Here, this is something I underlined from the chapter, and this goes along with one of my takeaways. What you force through your grind to create, you will have to maintain yourself. This easily leads to stress, pride, and destruction across multiple areas of your life. And that's because you can't keep up with it all. So you've got to learn to work within your strengths and surround yourself with people who make you a better person. Now, here's a nice little story about divine favor that I vividly remember. A couple years ago, we had a home listed out in Silver Point. Well, let me back up. We had a listing in Silver Point that was actually 2 homes and a lot of acreage. Like, it was a sizable chunk of acreage. And it was a unique listing, and it was going to require a unique buyer. And the seller, lovely, wonderful lady, absolutely loved working with her. Well, we listed at a certain price. We weren't getting showings. We had to go down. And this went on for a while, and we did some price improvements. We did get some showings. We didn't get any offers, and it was almost to the end of the contract. And the seller, she decided that if the contract were to expire, she was not going to relist at that time, and she would relist at a later time. Well, through God's divine favor, we got an offer like the day before or 2 days before the listing expired. And it was the perfect offer that we were needing. And it all worked out so wonderfully. The closing happened, as far as I remember, it was pretty effortless. It was a great closing, and it was just, everything was great, and all we had to do was just wait for God's favor. And another particular instance I remember was through God's favor. I remember we listed a property, it was about 5 acres out in the Baxter area. Within 10 minutes of listing it, we got an offer on the property, and it went under contract. That is the only time I have seen that. So God's favor works in so many different capacities. And guys, we have to just trust that things will work out in God's favor and in God's timing. That is the biggest thing I can stress to you guys today, is that You can't force it. Okay, you can force it, but it's not going to work out in your favor, because you will create more headaches for yourself. You will create more work ultimately. And I just can't stress that enough. Don't try to force it. I talked about this a little bit earlier with surrounding yourself with people who make you better and working within your strengths. This is something I underlined directly from the book in the chapter. Your job is to work in excellence and diligence as unto the Lord, sowing seeds as you're led. Those are seeds sown, and they will reap a harvest. I interpret that as work within your strengths and mentor to someone, because you do have to mentor to someone. I can't stress that enough either. I'll share with you guys the story in this chapter. I'll just give you a summary of the story for Alicia Hammond. And in this book, it's the testimony of the bakery that Jesus built. Well, Alicia, she had this dream that she wanted to create a faith-based bakery to serve her community. And part of that was she had to go in front of a committee that granted her the ability to be able to fulfill that dream. Well, she was in competition with several other people who were more qualified for that than she was. And the only thing that she had to be able to put her skin in the game was a $6,000 bonus that her husband had gotten. And life happened, and then a lot of bills started piling up. She had some vehicles that needed to be repaired, lawnmower needed to be taken care of, baby needed diapers, and unfortunately that $6,000 that she was going to put towards the bakery, she had to spend it on bills. So she had told the committee people that she was going to spend that $6,000, but turns out she couldn't. Well, when she was stressing about this, she asked God, what am I going to do about this? And God told her, it's like, hey, I didn't say that $6,000 was going to be for that business. Let today's problems be sufficient. And it worked out, because when she went to the committee, turns out that she learned that the $6,000 was just going to be a drop in the bucket to the funds that she was going to need. And turns out that she was approved, and that she didn't even have to tell them about the $6,000 that she wasn't going to be able to put forth. And it worked out in God's divine favor. So I say all this to tell you guys, again, don't force it, because if you force it, you will be going against God's plan for you, and you just got to let these things work out organically according to God's plan. Guys, if you are looking to become a realtor and want to work with a team of realtors and people who genuinely want to see you grow, give us a call today, 931-283-2312. If you are looking to buy or sell real estate in Tennessee, give us a call, 931-283-2312. We're here to help you. Thank you guys so very much, and I hope this message helped you. Thank you guys. I love you.